Okay guys, it's awful windy today, but we're going to go ahead and change the oil on this 2014 Subaru. As you can see, I got the ramps lined up there, and we're going to go ahead and get in the car and drive it up on the ramps. Now sometimes some cars are so low that you can't actually do this because the fenders will hit the ramps, so you got to choose your ramps and be careful you don't run over the edge of it. Put the emergency brake on, kind of let it settle back there, turn the engine off. That's how we're going to do it right there. That drip is the air conditioner leaking there, condensation. So that looks pretty stable. On a vehicle like this, you have to put it up on ramps. It's just too low to do it any other way. But the nice thing about it is the filter on these little Subarus, on most of them, it's 2014, is in the top. So all we really need to do here is just drain the oil from the bottom and then put the plug back on. And we'll go through that in just a moment. So let me get my tools set up here and we'll get back at it and do it. Okay, so there's the plug, and these quick change dudes, and this was done at Subaru here in town. I'm not going to mention any names. This is a 17 millimeter socket, but I could just try to get it off without a piece of pipe here, a cheetah pipe, and I couldn't do it. So I've got a length of pipe on the end of it. This son of a bitch is tight, and that's ridiculous. Okay, there she went. Knocked my light. Kind of cattywampus, but I got it. So that's what you run into when you want it done the right way. You know the old saying, do it yourself. But what we'll do is just, I'm just going to let it fall in the bucket. And I got rags standing by. You should wear gloves, so do as I say, not as I do. Okay, there you go. Okay, there's the oil draining. Keep it within the bucket. But we're going to let that drip, and then we're going to go up top now. Okay, so this is the beauty of the Subaru oil change right here. Now, I'll just loosen the fill up here. Damn, they put everything tight. I'll loosen that up just so that there's no vacuum or anything in the engine. There isn't, but we're going to do it anyway. And I'm going to have my rag standing by here just in case we got any mess. There's a check valve in these things. They should hold fairly well. But of course, what's in there, hopefully, yeah, that's good, that drained. Exactly. It's funny because the filter felt a little on the loose side and the drain bolt was way over torqued. It's 32 foot-pounds is what the book calls for. So you can see that's clean. I'm not going to stir up any of that other stuff around there because it really doesn't have anything to do with it. But what I am going to do is cover this right here for right now while I show you the oil I'm putting in. Alright, so here's the three things we're going to need right here, guys. I'm going with Mobile One because Pep Boy had a special $32 plus tax for a Mobile One filter. That's an M1-110A. You can see it right there. and the oil, full synthetic 0W20, and you want to go with 0W20. The book is emphatic about that. They said if you can't get 0W20, it's okay to go with 5W20 temporarily, but to drain it as soon as you can. So they're pretty serious about it. Now this is 5 quarts, and that's what the engine takes, so it's very convenient to buy it in this size. And for the filter and the oil was $32 plus tax. You can't beat that. Now here's the crush ring. Let's talk about that for a minute. This is the old one. This is the new one. It cost you $1, so just go ahead and change it. That's it right there. Just change it. It's $1 for a new one. So, you know, I hear people every other time and all that. Well, I don't go for that. Especially in the case of this one here, where it's been basically had the shit crushed out of it. Now it's supposed to crush, and that's understandable. You see, these two are obviously different because this one's been crushed, and that's okay. But we're going to go back with 32 foot-pounds. Now let me show you. There's 2 ways you can put this thing on, because it's not the same on both sides. If you look at the way this thing's made, you see you kind of got a rounded edge here, and then it's flat here. That's your sealing area. So you want the rounded part, which is going to be the crush part. On the engine side, you want this nice flat sealed area on the bolt side, like that. So be sure and do it that way, because that's the right way to do it. And you'll hear a lot of different stories on that, but that's the way you want to do it. By the way, this is what I use to get my my plug out, like that, out of the pan. It's real easy. Just go to anywhere. Usually you can get them out of a bargain bin or something, and pick one of these up. We're going to install this little jewel first. We're going to wet it. Let's open it up and look at it. Mobile products I find excellent. We're going to wet the seal with some new oil, and then we're going to go back and put her in there. So let's go back outside and do that right now. Okay, so we got everything nice and clean. You can see that I've got the gasket lubed up with some fresh oil. No way you can pre-fill the oil filter on this one. Well, you could, I guess, to a degree, but it's not necessary. It's so small. And we'll just go ahead and tighten this one up by hand, because I don't want to put a wrench on it. I don't like putting a wrench on oil filters. You can just start them, and if you kink them, who knows if you haven't opened up a little channel for some oil to leak by the filtering media. So, all right, I'm just screwing it in by hand right now. There you go. There's the nut right here. It's in place. Let me just get rid of this oil so it don't fall on my camera. But you know, I tell you, this deal here in town, they basically use a Jiffy Lube. I think they own it, but they use a Jiffy Lube to do their oil change. It costs 70, 80, right at $80. Whereas I'm changing it today for 30-something bucks. And like I said, I've got it set for 32 foot-pounds. You don't have to use a torque wrench, guys. You know, I mean, common sense really is all you need. There it is. 32 foot-pounds. I feel really, really good about that. All right, guys, got my funnel. Can't stress enough cleanliness. Wipe your cap down. Funnels, I keep that funnel in a plastic bag. And it is like a new funnel. I mean, I treat it like surgical shit. Look how pretty that mobile one is, synthetic. They call for synthetic. I don't do it because I just want to spend money. But 7,500 miles between all changes on these little Subaru Foresters. And that's mostly around town. I gotta say though, the oil that comes out of it looks pretty damn good for 7,500 miles. This one's got about, we're about 300 short of 7,500. But 5 quarts, you can buy it all in one container like that, which is really nice, thanks to Mobil. And if Mobil's not your thing, then use whatever you like. Just make sure it's 0W20 synthetic. Wipe this down. There you go. How about that? Screw this back on. We're going to crank it up. Check for leaks. All right. Let's get some light under there where we can see a little better. There's our drain plug. The engine is running. All looks good to me. I like it. I like it a lot. So, was this worth saving 40 bucks? Yeah, I think it was. Kind of fun actually when you know you've done a good job on it and everything. So, we'll go ahead and back it off the ramps, guys, and call it a good job. We're going to shut it down, let it kind of settle out for a little while, and then check it and make sure she's full of oil and not too much, not too little, and it's going to look good. So I hope this helped you guys that's doing it for the first time. And until next time, adios.